If you have a question about astrology or horoscopes, lady to call is Mary Michele at 241-1310. Good morning to you. Hope you had a very nice holiday season. Happy New Year to you.
Well, a very happy New Year to you. And I think we ought to talk a little bit about the New Year.
I think it would be a perfect opportunity.
Okay, well, there are a couple of things that are happening right away at the beginning of the year. The planet Jupiter, which is the planet of luck and benevolence and expansion and new beginnings and fun. You know, he's the king of the gods. Goes into the sign of Capricorn. So for all of you earth sign people, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, this is a time that there's going to be a lot of things coming your way. For Capricorns, it's going to be a time of expansion in business. This is an issue always for Capricorns that is terribly important. But just within their own physical being, their own physical self, Capricorns are going to feel better, healthier, more expansive. You know, it's time to have a good time. The only drawback for you Capricorns is that if you are battling with weight issues, you know, gaining a little too much weight or things like that, there is the tendency to, you know, expand in the physical body more than you would like. So you have to be a little careful with that. And for Virgos, it's a good time for love, actually, no, wait a minute. Let's see. No, for Virgos, it's a good time for love. It means that also for any games of chance. So if you want to try your luck at the lotto or the lottery or the racetrack or the stock market or anything where the laws of chance are involved, that's good for Virgos. And for Taurus, it's a time for expansion of the mind. Now, Taurus is a sign, as a rule, that likes things that are very comfortable and sensuous and, you know, down to earth. And, you know, when a Taurus person travels, usually he or she likes to travel in style. You know, it's not necessarily someone that wants to travel.
I'm just sitting here listening. I'm not a Taurus, but that's okay. I do know one who will only go
first class, right?
You got it.
They like to have the best. So, you know, if you're a Taurus and you can travel first class, it's a very good year for you to do it. And if you can't, you want to travel in your mind's eye. You want to spend time, you know, thinking philosophically bigger, larger thoughts than, you know, Taurus usually is very preoccupied with the here and now. You know, let's make money, let's get things done, let's be very... I don't know, just dealing with everyday life. But now is the time for Taurus to take risks and to, you know, go try those business ventures that might have a little unusualness attached to them. So anyway, Jupiter, that's Jupiter. Then towards the middle of the month, the middle of January, I think it's like around the 15th or the 16th, the planet Uranus, which is the planet that rules the sign of Aquarius, goes into its own sign. Let's see exactly. Now, this is going to happen on the 8th of January, so there will be a shift there. We have a call, so I'm going to...
Actually, we have two phone calls already.
Great.
241-1310, the number to call. Let's say good morning now to Richard, who's on radio, listening on radio over in Yorktown Heights. Date of birth is June 3rd, 1956. June 3rd, 1956. Good morning, Richard. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning, Mike and Mary. Happy New Year to both of you.
The same to you.
Mary, I'd just like to call and find out. I'm a first-time caller to your program, and I'd just like to find out what 1996 might hold as far as my date of birth, Gemini, is concerned.
Exactly. Okay. June 3rd. You were born with the sun in Gemini, as you know, and the moon in Aries. Today, the moon is in Aries. So today is a particular... Are you going to go out tonight?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm heading for upstate New York for this New Year's weekend up to the Albany-Schenectady area.
It's a very good time for you to go out and make things happen. Tonight, you know, starts the weekend. You'll be getting into the feeling and the swing of it now, whereas somebody else might wait till Sunday. You're definitely already in the groove. You were born with Mercury in Gemini, Venus in Cancer. Do you have a particular loved one that you're involved with?
No, I've never been out on a date ever in my whole life, but I am single.
I can't believe that. You've never been on a date. That's
true.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Huh?
I guess it's how you perceive it. Would you like to have a significant other? Somebody that's
Well, hopefully down the road,
down the road?
if I find that right woman.
Okay. Well, you have Venus in Cancer. It's a very nice place for Venus, and you have Mars in Pisces. So there's a harmonious angle between the feminine within you, Venus, and the masculine within you, Mars, both in water signs. So your sense about people is very good. You also have Saturn and Uranus in Scorpio and Cancer. So there's a lot of water. Water in your chart. You are someone that is able to sense people pretty easily. And of course, with the Gemini Sun and Mercury in Gemini, you're able to assimilate this knowledge, this emotion. You have to trust your feelings.
Yeah, very importantly, I always try and stay out of trouble. The only kind of dark side I had was a little something that happened to me about a year ago or so ago. Nothing major. I just got some personal belongings getting stolen, but that's pretty much it. But it didn't happen in this area. It happened, I'm not going to say exactly where, but it was in southern New Jersey.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's always difficult.
I wasn't hurt or anything like that. Just had some personal belongings taken. That was it.
Well, I think there is a saying that when you lose something of great value, it means that you're going to get something of great value.
Well, I did, because I was able to, get another piece of material that I had that was taken, so I'm fine now.
Good. Well, thanks so much for calling today, and call back if you have another question.
Okay, it's now 14 minutes past 9 o'clock. Let's get to Janet. Janet is watching on cable channel 12, so Mary Michele, why don't you wave at Janet now? Janet will wave back to you. Her date of birth is April 14th, 1949. Janet, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele, and Happy New Year to you.
Good morning, Janet.
Janet, are you there?
I am.
Okay, there you are. We were just waving at you, so,
Hi.
Hi there. Did you have a particular question?
I was just wondering pretty much what 96 was going to be, bring. The last 8 years or so have not been the greatest.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, do you have your own business?
No, I don't.
Would you like to?
No.
No. Okay, well, you have the Sun in Aries, you have the Moon in Scorpio, you have Mercury in Aries, Venus in Aries, Mars in Aries. You got a lot of Aries energy here. You are someone that, whether you want to have your own business or not, you are probably someone that would like to work, be your own boss. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you would have to have your own business, but it does mean that you are someone that initiates activity easily. Do you work?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I work as a customer service representative.
Uh-huh. So you deal with people?
All day long.
All day long. Well, do you often have to take the initiative with these people, or are they coming to you with specific things they need, or?
No, they generally come to me.
They come to you. But do you have to, it's almost like you are able to, with all this Martian energy, Aries is a fire sign. It's the god of challenge. Mars is the god of war, but also challenges and just energy. It's not always about confrontation. In fact, oftentimes with a lot of Aries, it is difficult to deal with confrontation. But anyway, the point is that you are very good at initiating action with people. Did you ask me something specific?
No.
No. Do you have someone in your life that you are involved with that you would like to?
No.
I'm sorry?
Not now.
Not now? Well, I think that with the Moon in Scorpio, the last 10 years have not been a time where emotionally you have felt, this is also, the sign Scorpio is also ruled by Mars, but it's been a tough time for Scorpios. I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before. So in your emotional life, there has been a bit of a, it's just been a little more difficult. So I think that, as of Thanksgiving, there was a shift, and certainly for the next 12 years, it's going to be easier for you to manifest a relationship in your life if you care to have one.
Okay.
Okay? If there isn't anything else, thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. 17 minutes now past the hour. We do have one open line at 241-1310. 241-1310. Let's head up to Wappingers Falls, where Denise is calling. June 11th, 1974, 6/11/74. Denise, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Hi, Denise.
How are you?
Okay, how are you? Did you have a particular question?
Yes, could you tell me about my love life in 96?
Okay. June 11th. All right. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting to the year here. 1974. You are born in the year of the tiger. Did you know that?
No.
Okay. In the Orient, you know they have the different animals for the year.
Oh, okay.
And the year of the tiger rules the earth. It's the... I don't know if you've ever seen the yin and the yang symbol, the white and the black. Those two, they represent the tiger and the dragon, which are the two animals that interconnect of the two powers that be. And the dragon rules the heavens and the tiger rules the earth. And they say when the two are getting along, which isn't always, that the universe is in harmony. Okay, so June 11th, 1974, you were born with... the moon in Pisces, the sun in Gemini, the moon in Pisces, Mercury in Cancer, Venus in Taurus, Mars in Leo. This the sun in Gemini, the moon in Pisces, that's a hard angle. It's difficult for you always to rationalize your internal. It's hard for you sometimes to get in touch with and be in the same groove, so to speak, with the conscious and the unconscious, with this hard angle between the two. Now, conversely, what this also does is it enables you to get going. Wherever there's a hard angle, wherever there's something that one has to struggle for, it gets you out. It makes you work harder at it. So I would imagine that relationship issues are things that you put a lot of energy into. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes. And you asked me about relationship. Wasn't that what your question?
Yeah, I've been single for 2 years now, and I was just wondering if I was going to have a relationship soon.
I'll tell you, with the moon in Pisces, you've had the planet Saturn has been going through the sign of Pisces, so it's made it very difficult for you to be comfortable and dealing with your internal self.
Right.
This is going to change in April. The planet Saturn's going to move on into the sign of Aries, and this will, there'll be a good angle between the planet Saturn, which is where we have to work the hardest, and your sun, your will. So you're going to be able to find work that you enjoy, too.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Thanks so much for calling.
Okay, thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. We're at 20 minutes past the hour. We've got lots of blinking lights. We're going to get to Alice and then to Mary, and that comes up just about 2 minutes away.
The Bedford Pharmacy is a small, friendly pharmacy with the emphasis on service. Let John give you his undivided attention, filling your prescription in minutes with a complete computerized prescription record. Discover the many reasons to visit Bedford Pharmacy, like their selection of Bausch & Lomb sunglasses, Caswell Massey, Taylor of London, and Knipe products, fragrances like Shalimar and Chanel, a complete line of Revlon and Almay skincare. The Bedford Pharmacy, next to the hardware store on Route 22 in Bedford. Open weekdays 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 6. Fax service and charge accounts now available. Call 234-7074, 234-7075.
Money sense. It's something we all need, especially when it comes to investing and planning for retirement or protecting assets and income. Money sense is what we have now every Wednesday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. Certified financial planner Bob Reeby offers a full hour of timely financial news, information, and opinion. It's live, it's local, and it could be the most important hour of your week. Money Sense with Bob Reeby every Wednesday morning at 9 on the one and only VIP 1310 a.m.
21 past the hour. We have one open line at 241-1310. We're talking to Mary Michele, taking your calls on astrology. And let's get back to the phones. Alice is calling from Bedford. Date of birth is May 18th, 1954. Good morning, Alice. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alice. Did you have a particular question?
Yes, I do. I was just wondering, is Do you think 96 will be a good year for me to buy a house?
Okay. Well, you have the sun in Taurus, as you know, and you have the moon in Sagittarius, Mercury in Gemini, Venus in Gemini, Mars in Capricorn. You have a lot of Gemini planets. You have Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, all in the sign of Gemini. This allows you to think very quickly, and to you're interested in mercurial kind of things that change quickly. With the moon in Sagittarius, there is this longing to travel, whether you travel in your mind's eye or whether you travel actually physically, going, to different places and so on. But it is about inspirational things. The moon in Sagittarius wants to be constantly learning, inside somehow. This past year would have probably been a year that you would have been more likely to have moved. But it doesn't mean that it isn't possible. Do you want to actually move to buy the house, or do you want to buy the house where you are?
Buy the house where I am.
Where you are. Okay. I would say, probably when the planet Uranus moves into its own sign in the middle of January, there will be an indication of the kind of living that you might want to do. I just can't say exactly whether there's going to be a tangible thing of buying a house. I know Taurus, the sun in Taurus, there's always this need for solidness, wanting the earth beneath your feet kind of thing. But with all of these other planets in mutable signs, the moon in Sag, Mercury in Gemini, and so on, there's a changeability about you. Have you ever thought about, having an RV or a camper or moving like that?
I have, but I think I'd like to have a house first, and then...
Right. Well, I understand. Okay. Well, I just can't say exactly. I'm sorry I can't be more... you have Mars in Capricorn. You're a hard worker. I think whenever the planet of energy, Mars, is exalted in the sign of Capricorn, it means that whatever it is that you set your mind for, whenever you have a focus or a goal, you will achieve it. You're able to set the parameters and figure out exactly what it is that you need to do. So I think that if it's terribly important for you to have a house and buy a house, you will be able to manifest it and make it happen.
Great.
Okay?
Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, Alice. Happy New Year to you. Let's get to Mary, who's been patiently waiting on line 5. Mary's date of birth is December 27th, 1916. 2 days late, but happy birthday this year, and happy birthday for next year also. Morning, Mary. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning, Mary.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good. Very well. I just want a little information.
Okay. Was there something in particular that you wanted information about?
I'm anticipating a move, and I want to know if it's advisable. That's all.
Okay. Is this a move that you would like to do? Is it something that you're behind?
Yes.
It's something that you would like to... is it a very different kind of place, or you're moving to a place that's quite different from...
Very different.
Yeah. You have the moon in Aquarius, the sun in Capricorn, the moon in Aquarius, Mercury in Capricorn, Venus in Sagittarius, Mars in Capricorn. With the moon in Aquarius... there is going to be this kind of shake-up in the early part of January that's going to shift, the way that you perceive things and the way that you unconsciously want things to actually happen. So I think that your desire to move, or where you're moving or how you're moving, is going to alter somehow. You're going to have a little bit of a different need for it than the way you're seeing it right now. I think it's a good thing, but I do think that it's going to take you a little bit by surprise. And with all these planets in Capricorn, Capricorn doesn't like to be surprised. So, as with the previous caller, you have Mars in Capricorn, you have Sun in Capricorn, so there is a strong ability to manifest and make happen the things that you need for yourself. You know, Capricorn is a sign that gets what it needs by hard work. So I think you will be able to work through this, but there is going to be something a little weird or different about it that might shock you or surprise you. So just realize that it's okay, you know, that you will overcome that.
I see.
Okay?
Yes. Will things be pretty good for me? 96?
Definitely. The planet Jupiter is going into the sign of Capricorn, so throughout the whole year you're going to have a lot of luck and a lot of areas. You know, your health, you know, your wealth. You know, it's a good time for you.
That sounds very good.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Happy birthday again, and Happy New Year to you. Again, we do have an open line at 241-1310, 241-1310, if you would like to talk to Mary Michele. Let's get back to the phones. Jim is calling from Lake Peekskill, date of birth September 11th, 1942. Good morning, you're on with Mary Michele.
Morning.
Good morning. Did you have a particular question?
Well, yeah, just one. I was wondering if you could tell me why my luck or what shifts so rapidly.
I didn't get the last part. Your luck or?
You know, it goes from I'm running good and then all of a sudden, boom, everything seems to go wrong and then it swings back the other way again.
Okay. You were born with the sun in Virgo, the moon in Virgo, Mercury in Libra, Venus in Virgo. You have a lot of Virgo planets. Do you work with computers?
I used to, but not really anymore, no.
What kind of work do you do?
Steam cleaning, labor, more or less.
Uh-huh. You need to be using your mind. You're somebody that is very good with details, that is good with things like computers. You know, you're also good with, you know, as you say, using your hands and you know, like something like watchmaking almost would be something that you might enjoy doing. Do you do any kind of very fine, detailed work like that?
Not detailed, no. It's a cleaning job, but has to be done clean, right.
Right. Well, you know, you were born at the new moon with the sun and the moon in the same sign, and the new moon is about someone that is able to focus pretty strongly. So the sign of Virgo is a sign that is able to see other points of view. It's what we call a mutable sign. You're someone that probably picks up on other people's senses or their point of view, even when it's different from yours, and you might try a little bit too hard to constantly be making the best of all possible worlds when you know, sometimes it's hard. You have to focus on what it is that you need and not always seeing the other person's point of view as well as your own and living with that push-pull. I mean, we do have to learn how to live with that. I mean, it's very, very important to carry duality within us, but you need to get past the worry of it a little bit. I think that your business is going to be fine. You know, certainly this year with Jupiter and Capricorn trining all these planets in Virgo, money is definitely coming in, and also love and luck.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you for calling, and Happy New Year to you. We're going to get back to the phones. We have one open line at 241-1310, 241-1310. Back with Mary Michele in 2 minutes.
The best place to make a used buy a really great buy is Toyota North in Mount Kisco. We buy and sell every make and model. Each is hand-picked and thoroughly inspected by Toyota North. These pre-owned vehicles include factory specials, lease returns, and the best from local trade-ins. We've assembled an outstanding selection, many with airbags, anti-lock brakes, or four-wheel drive, all priced to sell now. You can buy used with peace of mind from Toyota North. Selection plus value pricing and easy financing all add up to make a used buy from Toyota North a really great buy. So when you're thinking used, think only of Toyota North in Mount Kisco. Our used car buyers have been shopping, so you wouldn't have to. Toyota North, Sawmill Parkway, Kisco Avenue exit, Mount Kisco. The best place to make a used buy a really great buy. Call us today at 914-666-5181. It's easy. 914-666-5181.
Toyota North, Westchester's Automotive Superstore.
Old
Ultimate Sounds, the ultimate car audio store, conveniently located in Bedford Hills. Ultimate Sounds is the expert in car stereo and cellular communications. Come in today and see the wide variety of free cellular phones with activation. Combined with over 25 years experience, Ultimate Sounds is your neighborhood store, ready with licensed professionals for installation and expertise. Over 100 brands under one roof. Cell phones, stereos, radar, even remote starters for those cold winter mornings. Winter is here, so stop in today. Don't forget about the holidays. Get that special someone the gift they deserve. For all your car audio and cellular needs, it's Ultimate Sounds. 5 Norm Avenue, Bedford Hills. Phone 244-3774. That's Ultimate Sounds. 244-3774.
And welcome back to Meet the VIPs with Mary Michele. Again, we have no open lines right now at 241-1310. So the best suggestion is as soon as somebody hangs up, when you want to talk to Mary Michele, dial in. And let's get to Steve, who is watching on Cable Channel 12 up in Katona. Date of birth, January 7th, 1961. Almost happy birthday to you, Steve. You're on with Mary Michele.
Morning, thank you.
Hi, Steve. Did you have a particular question?
Basically about career.
Okay. You have the sun in Capricorn, as you know. You have the moon in Virgo. You have Mercury in Capricorn, Venus in Pisces, Mars in Cancer, Jupiter and Saturn in Capricorn. You have a lot of planets in Capricorn. This is very, it's a very good thing. It's a very good year. It's a very good year for you business-wise. Have you started a business? Are you doing your own business?
Considering it.
You're considering it. It's a very, very good year for you to do that. What kind of work do you do? Can you tell me what kind of work you do?
Personnel management.
Personnel?
Management, right.
Okay. With the moon in Virgo, you have, there's a sun-moon trine here between the sun and the moon. And Virgo is a sign that is very good at details, as you've probably heard, but they're also very good with people. They're very good at offering a service. With this harmonious angle between the sun and the moon, you're able to do this with great ease. Whenever you do something that you are offering a service, it comes very naturally to you. So this is a good year for you to set something up where you would be doing that perhaps on your own. Venus in the sign of Pisces is exalted there. It's the nicest place. It means that there is a side of you that is extremely chivalrous. Are you involved with someone?
I'm married.
You're married. There is a beauty about the way that you love people and the way that you're loved in return. There is sometimes it might almost seem a little bit too much of a perfection. You might struggle to make it too perfect. But in general, it's a beautiful place for your way of loving people and also your way of finding a belief system that works for you. Do you have a particular belief system? Are you involved in any kind of spiritual life or? No? Well, it would come easily to you if you decided one day that you wanted to research that a little bit. Anyway, I would start your business this year. It's very, very good timing for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Happy New Year to you. Mary has been very patiently waiting on line 3. She's watching on Cable Channel 12 over in Yorktown. Date of birth is August 2nd, 1954. 8254. Good morning, Mary. You're on with Mary.
Hi.
Hi there.
Can I ask you to lower your radio or TV just a little bit, please? We're getting a little feedback there. Okay? Mary, thank you very much. You're on with Mary Michele.
Okay. Did you have a particular question, Mary?
Did I have a what?
Did you have a particular question?
Just I'd want to find out generally how things are going to work out for me this year.
Okay. Well, you have the sun in Leo, as you know. You have the moon in Gemini. This is a harmonious angle. Mercury in Leo, Venus in Gemini. This is a lot of air and fire. Are you in the communications business?
No.
What kind of work do you do?
I own a restaurant.
You own a restaurant. Well, that's communicating. That's dealing with people and having to, talk to them and enjoy being around them and so on. I think that have you thought? Is this your own restaurant?
Yes.
Have you thought about some kind of a change? Have you thought about either redecorating or a new style of food or something like that?
Just did that.
You just did that. Because the first week in January is a time that, well, how recently did you do it?
Only in September.
In September, okay. I think that if you might have been experiencing a little bit of difficulty with the change, if it hasn't gone as smoothly as you would like, it's going to come back home to roost. You're going to get it. It's going to be clear. You're going to work out the kinks. Things are in the middle of January. There's